Yes.
Yeah.
She really wants to podcast tonight.
She's really on it. She's on some shit. Anyway, you got thick. I'm looking at you like that.
Alright, time that is.
Yeah, time that is. Y'all want to clap? Friends, haters, cultivators. Welcome to Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses, the one and only podcast about Demon Ancestor. I think this is my new thing. I'm just gonna go with, like, goofy Google Translate versions of the title.
Yeah, that's
that I found.
really good.
It's funny to me.
Yeah,
No, not yet. We gotta introduce ourselves, goofus.
Aw.
Yeah. I'm Roy, aka Haters Will See You Limp Through the Wilderness for 3 days straight to get help and be like, he didn't kill the legendary Tortoise of Slaughter.
Wow. Absolutely. Does that count as a nickname?
It does now.
Okay.
I'm the one with the correct takes, fan.
Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Who the hell are you?
Well, my name is Fallon. I apparently did not think it was important enough to introduce myself, but there we go. I'm Fallon, aka Jung Grimace.
Okay. You know?
He's a member. He's a sheetie now.
Yeah, he's here. We sure fucking got some guests this week, fam.
Yeah, we have the rare boys on this show.
We got some fellas who...
Some boys allowed.
Some boys allowed.
Some boys allowed.
Some boys permitted in the cloud recesses.
That's true.
We do.
We got us the canning boys.
Hello, gentlemen.
Should we introduce
Hello.
ourselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do that.
Hi, I'm Jordan, aka Carry On My Way, Wushan.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I like it.
I'm Sam, aka Epic Divorce Man.
Yes.
That was the one I was thinking about in the PetSmart checkout line. I was like, Epic Divorce Sect Leader? Is that anything?
I did use
is really
Epic Divorce
something.
Uncle a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was for a
What about
different
you?
character.
He's truly divorced now.
That's
Yeah.
the only nickname I have, but I can offer you a bad translation of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation,
Please give
which
me
is
one.
Dad of Plants vs. Zombies.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he does plant a child like a radish later on, so that's kind of
Yeah,
spot on.
Spoilers.
I'll
Oh,
bleep
I'm
it.
sorry, excuse me.
I feel like
spoilers.
there's a part where he literally throws a leaf at a zombie
He
in
does
like
do that.
episode 1.
Uh-huh.
So
He's Plant Man.
It's material components.
It's like a funny goth Poison Ivy, you know? Wow, that's a look.
Funny Batman.
Oof. Real funny Batman. Did you know that first movie turned 15 years old the other day?
Did it really?
Yeah, I hate it. The Tim
Wait,
Burton's Batmans.
Which Batman? Is it?
15 or 50?
15. 15.
15.
Oh, I thought you just meant the first movie.
No,
the first
the
Batman is as old as Rugrats now.
the
babies?
Yeah.
the number
Yeah.
one most beloved Batman series in people's hearts, the Tim Burton's Batmans.
Batman versus Tommy
I
Pickles.
feel like it's the most
The Tim Allen
beloved
Batman.
2 movies.
The beloved.
And then there's a third one that people don't like to talk about as much.
Yeah.
I don't think people like to talk about any of them.
I like to talk about funny Danny DeVito Penguin. Speaking of Penguin,
Speaking of
10
Penguin,
cent Penguin,
Yeah, I
Speaking of
got
the
him.
Penguin.
makers from the makers of Fortnite.
Can you
We got a
imagine?
good show for you.
we got...
I want to see Wei Wuxian hitting the floss immediately.
Oh my god, I was at work yesterday, and I was in the, or not yesterday, the other day, whatever, and
Yes.
there was a kid in the children's room who, like, he was, like, getting antsy waiting to get his, like, summer reading challenge prize, and he just started doing the floss.
Flosses nervously.
Just anxiously flossing.
God.
Current status.
Mooderino.
MySpace current status. Anxiously flossing.
So sick of fake friends.
Jesus.
Fake floss for my real friends. I don't know how it goes.
Real.
Fake flossing is the only way I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Same. I just kind of swing my arms akimbo and hope something works out.
Is this it, Mom? Is this flossing? Please approve.
Please
I'm
clap.
gonna have to tell my dentist on Friday.
Flossing is forbidden in the cloud recesses, as is Fortnite.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Oh man.
I guess we have an episode to talk about, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually.
It's a good one.
It's a pretty good one. It's
yeah.
episode 10 with the normal title of Disaster Arises, which you just... Good things are gonna happen.
I should say I hadn't heard of this show until I was more or less asked to be on this podcast, but I've mainlined all 11 episodes I've seen so far and loved every second of it.
Hell
Glad
yeah,
to hear
dude.
it.
It's a good show.
I, on the other hand, had heard of this show like a week before being asked to be on it, and I've seen 3 episodes of it, so I am the understander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of got a range of experience here.
It's respectable. It makes for good radio.
I like it.
I fully believed that I would catch up before being on.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
You missed some good shit.
Yeah.
I know I did. I was liking it, but fortunately I had a very helpful summary PDF.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
It's
Where I
good
learned
summary.
all the characters' names, National Health Service,
Which-
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All of our favorites are here.
Jafilme,
Yeah.
the old favorites.
When Ron Hubbard.
Yeah.
When Rihanna, at this point, he is a beauty influencer. I don't want to put hate on Rihanna's name like that, though. Nobody deserves to be compared to
Don't
When
put those
Rihanna.
vibes on Rihanna.
Don't put those vibes on
And who
her.
could forget the Zuko of Modazushi
Yeah.
water closet.
Water
Water closet!
water cabinet. I'm not gonna get into
man.
that discussion again.
I hate him. Ooh.
Oh no!
No, we can't be doing this. Not on my.
If you've been swallowed whole by a giant turtle, does that count as being in a room?
Let's.
Oh!
We're not doing.
I'm
this.
starting that. I was just making a funny.
I'm gonna.
No, you weren't.
I will say one thing in defense of that. All right, so
We don't-
at one point in the novel, he's walking around inside of, like, between the tortoise's skin and its shell, and there's, like, a bunch of, like, shit and, like, corpses and mud and lost nasty treasures in there. And I would qualify that as a room. So sometimes...
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Episode over. We started talking about this awful take.
Yeah.
sometimes the tortoise can be a room.
This take is like the worst poisoning that you could possibly. This take
Listen,
is.
I'm
Podcast
brave.
poison.
I'm brave.
This take is all 3 of the 3 poisons. This is the.
Oh God. It's like last night when I said that I made a realization that Wei Wuxian was Lan Wangji's manic pixie dream girl.
And I had to kill you.
The public wasn't ready for it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't true.
The public isn't going to be ready for that take for several years.
The public was not ready for it, but I just tell the truth. Okay. I have very good takes. That's why I'm on this show, because the only people allowed on this show are people with good takes.
That is true.
Anyway, this episode starts out with a bunch of Gucci strings on fire wrapping around this tortoise.
Yeah, we kind of.
The bad CGI is almost immediate. It's so fast. It's like turtle dead. Here it goes. This is the like Pixar Baby 101.
Okay,
Just
counterpoint.
immediately.
I have to offer a disagreement here, which is that I didn't even notice the bad CGI, because all I could think about was that the beginning of this episode was the anime moment where they're playing the OP as action is happening.
Mhm.
That's how they started the episode.
Yes.
It
do that.
rules.
Yes.
They use that like the Reigns of Castamere as I was just humming as like a motif all the time. But sometimes it'll be like action, and sometimes it'll be played like as a romantic flute sound. It's nice.
Or just like a jingle for ice cream cones.
Yeah.
The ice cream cone jingle.
Basically
all
what
purpose.
it's turned into at this point. So we got them in the midst of this battle. We got Lanjan just doing some extremely sick flips as he
flipping.
wraps his like flaming
Oh,
Gucci
shit,
strings
sweet
around
flips.
the tortoise's neck. Sick flips. Getting some absolutely gnarly air.
Hitting the gnar.
Yes.
Is it? Didn't this like take place? Didn't you say that this takes place over like hours
Yep.
in the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lan Wangji is just flipping nonstop for like hours and hours. He's exhausted. He's like, I can't fucking stop flipping.
He's his own funk machine. He keeps going.
He's like, wait, what if Wei Wuxian knew that I couldn't flip for 3 hours nonstop? I'd be so embarrassed.
Shut up, dude. What for girl ears?
It's like you don't go through all that training for nothing. You go through that training to attract a mate and cultivate your, like, I guess, fucking gentlemanliness or something.
So wait, I didn't see last episode. Was that thing with the turtle he was just doing a mating dance?
Everything Lan Wangji does in front of Wei Wuxian is a mating dance.
That's kind of true.
That's my argument.
Like when he shot 2 arrows out of the way with 1 arrow and then hit the target, that was just like a bird of paradise mating dance.
It was a metaphor for him splitting Wei Wuxian's ass in half.
Can we not?
I'm just saying.
I mean, some things must be said, I guess.
Oh, yeah. So,
anyway.
They're doing this thing. Wei Wuxian pops out of the large man and falls into the water.
Yeah, he's very wet and sleepy.
Yeah.
And it's fuzzy.
Leaves a very dramatic blood trail. You know how you do.
As you do.
And then the hand of God reaches in to save him. It's God himself, Lan Wangji. Thanks.
I love this next part.
Yeah.
This next part rules.
It's
I
so
know.
good.
Oh.
Dude, okay, so, and it gets even better. So he pulls, Lan Wangji, pulls Wei Wuxian out of the water and he sets him up and,
saying his name all the while in, the most heartbreaking tone imaginable.
Oh, yeah, he's concerned.
He's so nervous.
He's calling him Wei Ying, which I never remember the courtesy name versus the real name and what they mean, or what does it mean for him to call him Wei Ying? Does it mean anything?
The easiest way to know which one is which is that the given name is usually just 1 syllable, and then the courtesy name is, longer.
Mm-hmm.
And the given name is, it's only cool to use that on somebody if you're, either really, really close to them or you're older than them.
Or you're related.
Yeah.
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 So it's kind of like Gathering Blue, the sort of sequel to The Giver.
Yeah.
Where your name gets longer as you get older.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly like the famous...
Now I understand.
So when he's old, he'll name it is going to be Wei Han Gamelputty Devon Oster, and then it's the funny Monty Python joke.
Yeah, just edit in that entire sketch.
Just edit in the whole segment.
And then by the time he cultivates to immortality, it's going to be Jugamo Jugamo.
Oh,
I'm not going to do the whole thing.
Jugemu, etc.
Yeah.
Kansen Chosuke.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Pipo.
Sharingan. So the good things happen here.
Things happen, yeah. He sets him up, on the ground, and he's like, stay with me, dude, stay with me. And Wei Wuxian is like, then play me some reggae.
Yeah, play me a little ditty.
If you don't play Devil Went Down to Georgia, I'm going to die right now.
Yeah, so he just starts fucking
shredding, but his zither is broken, so he just has the strings.
It rules.
Yes! He
just wraps
he wraps
He makes it like a zither hammock with some stalactites. It rules.
It's so good.
He's whips. He's just fucking around.
Yeah, and he's humming along with it. And I went back.
I'm working on some new shit. This is kind of experimental. Let me know what you think, Wei Wuxian. Give me some notes.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And so this was super cool because I got curious, right? Mm-hmm. And I went back to episode 2 and remember the part where he's playing the flute and it sounds kind of shitty, but he's luring Wen Yang away from everybody else so they don't kill him again.
Yeah. And then I feel like Jiang Cheng is I've heard this shitty flute before.
Yeah, well, it's
Or is it Wan?
Yeah,
it was Lan Wangji.
Yeah, he grabs his wrist and is he makes serious face at him. It's the same song.
Yep.
Oh, that rules.
It's the same song.
It's so fucking good, and that's why he knows it because he's
yeah,
and that's why he knows it's Wei Wuxian because he's that's you're the only person who would know what this is. So
he literally wrote it for him.
It fucking rules. It's so good.
That one's off my mixtape, Wuxian. I know this is you.
So that's why he was upset because he was plagiarism.
He was plagiarism.
Yeah.
I put it on SoundCloud, put on a shitty flute, and it's well, now everyone's gonna think I'm making a version of your shitty flute song.
Yeah, he put a terrible beat to the backdrop of it.
He put some mumble rap over it.
Added some hand claps.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
He put some sleigh bells over it, and now it's the holiday version.
Oh,
Jesus.
It's just there's just air horns intermittently, and it's a different song.
The dog's barking version
5
of it.
minutes long.
Jesus.
Everyone's gonna be lip syncing it on TikTok, and it's just gonna ruin the whole thing.
Oh no, TikTok's gonna be bad now? Shit.
Damn.
No, it's gonna ruin the song because it's gonna be like the song that everyone makes memes of on TikTok now.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah,
The song that everybody's flossing to anxiously.
Anxiously flossing is like my favorite.
with Long Wong Ji's zither strings, no less.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized that you meant this whole time he was anxiously flossing his teeth.
Flossing his teeth, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He needs
Yeah.
to have fresh mouth for when all the kissing happens.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, it's. You never know.
You never
Gotta
know.
be prepared.
Yeah. Then he, like, it gets extra fuzzy.
Yeah, we get like 30 seconds of Lan Wangji like plucking out this thing on his Gucci.
Yeah.
And as it fades into black, like the song gets a little more refined.
Yeah. He remembers how to play as he goes.
Yeah.
It's hard to play when your whole instrument's destroyed.
Yeah, a little bit.
At first, he's just like nervous as hell because this
Yeah.
is the only thing he can apparently do to keep Wei Wuxian alive. So
Yeah.
he just does whatever, bullshits until he finds a decent tune.
Yeah.
And then sings it ad infinitum until, people come to get them.
He's just doing like a King Crimson show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
Having a seat, plucking
Yeah.
something out.
he is kind of a sitting guitar player when you think about it in this scene.
I like that.
Kind of a funny
A
Robert
one-man
Fripp.
Fish concert.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's different every time.
You never
when
know.
you're dying in a cave.
Never know what you're gonna get. So then he, like, Wei Wuxian wakes up and he's at home. There's like a funny drawing.
Was this like a wolf looking at a chicken situation? Was there a joke that I didn't understand because it was in Chinese or something?
I have no idea. It's just like
it's like a drawing of two people kissing and then like a person with a sword attacking a butthole dog.
All dogs are butthole dogs.
All dogs are butthole
That's
dogs.
true.
I'm sorry.
The thing about dogs is that they all are buttholes.
Yeah.
And they possess a butthole.
They possess a butthole.
So no matter...
This is where I frantically messaged Roy. Roy, there's a new character who's Ashan.
Yeah.
He looks like Wei Wuxian, but he's wearing different clothes. Help!
Yeah, it can be a little bit confusing when you go from the one outfit that you own to, like, hospital robes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be like
Right,
that.
they're supposed to be color-coded.
Yeah, they're supposed to be
Exactly.
color-coded. What the fuck happened? I lied.
And so he wakes up and Zhang Yanli is in his room and she looks so worried at first, but then she's super excited when she sees that he's woken up. And it turns out Homeboy has been in a coma for 3 days
Yeah.
and 3 nights.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah, and I watched this episode a week ago. I didn't get to rewatch it.
I literally just watched it. That's my creative process.
Okay, good, then you lead this. But either she tells him or... Oh yeah, Zhangchen comes in and he's like, oh yeah, I found you. And immediately he goes, where's Longzhan? Like...
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so Zhang
Like, who
Chang
gives a
comes
shit?
in. Yeah, he specifically comes in to tell Wei Wuxian he's just being Zhang Chang about it, and that he's just like pissed off for no reason and kind of haranguing Wei Wuxian for being Wei Wuxian. And he comes out with it, and it ended up taking the Yunmong boys like 7 days to find Longzhan and Wei Ying, which is pretty fucking impressive to me. Considering Zhang Chang basically had to limp all the way back to Yunmong.
Yeah, it was shitty.
Like, it was super
didn't look
shitty.
good.
And so then they went and found them. So they spent about a week in the cave.
Yeah, they had to, like, didn't they have to, like, dig them out, too?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. While fighting the Wen bastards,
Yeah.
so. Zhang Chang.
All Wens are bastards.
That is
All
true.
Wens are bastards. AWAB. That's what we've been saying since episode 1.
What about the nice boy, the demon general? He seems nice.
He is a nice boy. He is a good boy.
He was a very nice boy.
Yeah,
Granted, I've only seen 3 of the episodes.
Yeah, as
He
fierce
seems nice.
as
He is
fierce
nice.
of a corpse as Wen Yang
I'm
is.
very curious to see how Wen Yang becomes Corp's friend.
Yeah, extremely. I really want to see it too, because
Yeah.
we haven't seen it yet. We've just seen Wen Yang, and then we've seen the Ghost General.
Yeah, we've seen him in regular mode, and then we've seen him in sicko mode. And
Yeah.
we haven't
There's no
seen the
in-between.
transition.
We
He
have not
heard
seen
some
that.
bells.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
And it
only
all
seen the
went
before
downhill
and
from
after.
there.
There
Yep.
were no progress photos.
God.
But hopefully we'll get that in season 2. We seem to be getting a lot of that area of the plot in season 2. I don't really know how they're going to pace it, but
Remember how it's June 17th and we still don't have a release date for the season that's supposed to start next month?
I try not to think about it. I try not to think about it.
It's good. You got some good ice cream commercials to really mull it over.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Really helps tide me over there.
Yeah.
Great.
Ice cream that you literally cannot buy, no, even if you wanted to so badly.
Campaign for our Canadian friends to send us a refrigerated package full of Cornettos. For podcast reasons. Write it off in your taxes.
Speaking of which, Zhang Yanli is like, here, Wei Wuxian, take a Cornetto and recover your strength.
Yeah.
It's Cornetto soup.
It's Cornetto soup.
It's melted Cornetto. It's like on Pee-wee's Playhouse when they made ice cream soup.
Pork rib and lotus flavored Cornetto soup.
Ugh.
Delicious.
But just know that it's Cornetto. It's got the little sticker on the side of the bowl and everything.
She says, here, take this. Be simple and you're much cuter.
Yeah.
It's just, like, awesome.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. It's great. And so, like, Yanli ends up feeding him the soup herself. And, like, Zhang Cheng is over there like, don't you have hands, bro?
Yeah.
And Wei Wuxian does the funny eye pull thing.
Yeah, the funny anime.
The funny anime eye pull tongue.
It wasn't until then that I realized I was watching a real anime.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, now he's done this.
Yeah.
Homegrown animated delight.
Thank you, 10-cent penguin.
Thank you.
You made a real one.
It's 100% a genuine animated series. So proud of it.
And they, like, roughhouse, like, which you do when you're wounded and just
your
waking up
brother
from
just
a coma.
woke up from a 3-day-long coma, and you're already putting him in a headlock and giving him a noogie.
Now, to be fair, that is exactly what I would do if you wake up from a 3-day coma.
An Indian burn. It hurts. Ow. Ow.
He drags him into the toilet and gives him a swirly.
Yeah.
God.
Zhang Cheng's just like, oh, get your ass. And so they do their play fight, and Yanli's just like, oh, it's good to see my brothers beating each other up after both of them almost died. It's awesome. I love to see it.
And then, like, Zhang Cheng is like, hey, idiot, maybe don't fuck around with a legendary Pokemon. And he's like, well, too late, motherfucker. I already
Literally,
did it.
what other choice did I have,
Yeah.
bitch? Hello?
And, my next note is just, I hate that shelled bastard, which I guess he said at some point.
He did say that.
It's awesome.
Then what? Oh, then he asks about how Lan Wangji is doing.
Yeah, then he asks how Lan Wangji is doing, and he asks where, like, Shichen is.
Yeah.
And then we find out that Mr. Goatee, Lan Ren, passed away.
No, he's doing fine, because he's their uncle, not their dad.
Yeah, their
dad.
He's
their uncle? I thought he was their dad.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We've never seen.
Thank God.
Yeah,
I like Mr. Goatee.
Yeah, he's good.
Their dad is the one who passed away peacefully.
Oh, their dad was the reclusive one.
Yeah,
that's right.
Their dad was in his depression shack.
We never saw him.
He was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically...
Never mind. Gone before we hardly knew ye.
Super funny dad.
Super funny dad.
In my notes, I didn't have any idea who anyone was, so I just wrote down, someone died, frowny face.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have cared about
shucks.
Lan Wangji's dad had we ever even seen
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, kind of hard
It's
to...
not even in the theme song.
He put himself in prison. I mean,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, he put himself in boner prison.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. That's basically, like, why he went into seclusion. Like, he fell in love with a lady that, like, killed a couple of his elders, and he was like, alright, well,
I'm still gonna marry her.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, I'm gonna give myself time out for it.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
the rest
throw
of my
myself
life.
I'm
in bad boy jail.
Chastity belt, idiot.
I know.
My bad boy.
That's why he's
they have
dead
it's
now.
tied around his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
A chastity hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have a chastity forehead ribbon.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
And Wei Wuxian always tries to steal Lan Wangji's.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
it's
just
a
kind of-
metaphor for getting his boner out.
It really is.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest,
That's precisely what it is.
It's like chastity flag football, but on your
Yeah.
forehead.
I like that.
Whoever steals it gets to take your virginity. That's horrible.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
That's probably a fan fiction somewhere.
Oh, hey,
I have no
fuck
doubt.
Wensect, seriously.
Oh,
though.
yeah. Next, we get some scary Wen drums, and there's, like, the big shell.
Yeah, like when
They're like,
Chow...
we did it!
Yeah.
We did it all by ourselves!
It was us.
Woo!
When Chow has 100 sect members who follow him into rooms and hype him up with a theme song every time. Like, that's how this opens. Like, he's kneeling in front of his dad, and, like, all of the Wen sect members are like, all glory to the, like, second young master Wen, all
glory to large adult son.
All glory
And-
to large, extremely adult, very mature son.
And he's like...
He killed this turtle all by himself with his
Uh-huh.
strings and stabs from the inside of the throat.
Yeah. Not to worry, Pop!
Yeah.
I done cut the head off that thing all by myself!
Later on, makes this face at him like, yeah, okay, whatever works for publicity, though.
Yeah, is that so?
Like, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, you're whatever. So
he's like you ignored our core drill tweet of leave no survivors.
yeah,
God.
When you say you're gonna kill someone, you better do it in one shot.
yeah.
It cuts back to Wei Ying and Zhang Cheng, and it's like they've basically relayed this story like, of course the Wens are celebrating it as their own win. And Wei Ying is disgusted.
Yeah. Disgusting.
He's like, they're lying. Lan Chang killed it. And then we hear somebody in the hallway like, oh, really? And it's freaking Big Purple Dad.
Everybody's favorite fail dad.
It's me.
It's
Yay!
It's cool dad.
I'm here to get divorced on TV.
Yeah. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to go divorce my wife.
Yeah. Fucking, he comes in, sits down, clicks like on Wei Wuxian.
Yeah.
The one thing
He's like, hello, good son. This is literally like George Joestar. And Wei Wuxian is Dio of all things.
This is exactly this is what I was telling Sam last night. This is that it's like on your funny show that you talk about of Secret Life of the American Teenager, where it's just kind of a Ben, Ricky, Leo situation. This is my new good son that I actually
you
love.
were the Ricky to my Leo.
Yep.
I was.
I did watch this episode on Father's Day, which felt very thematically fitting.
Yeah, definitely. Jesus.
So he comes in, and Zhang Cheng is like, well, if you both did it, then why are you giving Lan Wangji all the credit? And he's like making some tea, and he's like, please, Dad, here's some tea. Please love me, Dad. Like,
it makes me pretty sad.
Yeah.
And so
he like freezes because Zhang Fengmian like tells Wei Wuxian like, well done or something. He's like, good job, and it just like
he looks suspiciously upset.
Yeah, you hate it.
Yeah, you hate it because like it kind of makes it seem like he did not get that same kind of treatment when he got home.
Yeah.
Even though he fucking limped home for like probably, I don't know, 100 miles.
I think he said it was a 5-day trip.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian said.
Yeah.
To get to Mount Mushi.
I have a quote here, and I didn't write down who said it, but I really liked the quote. You slayed the tortoise of carnage before adulthood. Congratulations.
Yeah. That's old JC, and he says it like
Kind of,
before you reach the age of 20, you should.
It's kind of a bar mitzvah in the cultivation world.
just slaying a gigantic legendary beast.
Just slaying a gigantic legendary turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of the things you gotta do.
Coco Mega Jumbo.
There's a lot of sort of coming of age sort of sex comedies about slaying the tortoise of carnage.
Yeah, it's a recurrent theme.
Yeah, it's really popular.
Y'all ever seen 13 the musical?
Oh! Don't remind me of that. Here's deep Valinor. I used to go to middle school with one of the kids who starred in that, and he bullied me in Sunday school.
That sucks.
I'll never forget.
Well, jokes on that kid. They were in a terrible, terrible musical.
Oh yeah,
Isn't it the Kingdom Hearts musical?
Not one.
It might as well be.
Yeah, not one of Jason Robert Brown's best works.
Not his best work.
No, not remotely. Anyway,
didn't you go to school with like the kid who was in like, what was it, like some live action Cartoon Network show or something?
That
like
was the same kid.
Oh, it was the same kid.
It was the same kid.
That was me. Yes, I did. I went to school with a person who showed up in the trial of Tim Heidecker. I did not know this, so when I was watching it, I had this full-on like meltdown. Like, is that who I think it is? And then I messaged him, and it like took him so long to respond to that. I like convinced myself.
He's a celebrity now.
He's a celebrity now. I was convinced that they had to have them like sign a non-disclosure agreement or something, so that they wouldn't ruin the magic of the trial. Turns out some people just take a while to respond.
As it happens.
Wow, that is fucking robust.
Jesus.
It was hysterical.
Oof.
Anyway, then what?
God, fucking, he manages to sort of emptily congratulate Wei Wuxian on slaying.
On skating.
Yeah, I don't know my notes, my autocorrect
pulled off the Christ air, my son. Good work.
My autocorrect is lesbophobic.
Zhang Cheng, you can't even ollie.
You can't even ollie, bro. All Wuxian can think to say is like, shit, dude, just wish you'd been there. Like, it was epic, bro.
Yeah.
You could have taken the credit.
Check it out on my YouTube kill compilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just, like, not reading the room at all.
Yeah, he's like, you could have saved me from being bored to death by Lon John, and Zhang Cheng is just like, you would have deserved it, asshole.
Yeah.
Rushed on up there.
And then...
Fang Mian cuts in to tone police him.
Oh, yeah.
Your previous words are unseemly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very... I mean...
Have you been coaxed into a snafu?
And he's like, don't you know the clan motto and blah, blah, blah. He's just like... He just, like, scolds him for a minute and makes him feel shitty.
Yeah.
And then fucking Madame Yu comes in and Zhang Fengmian is like, what are you doing here? Like, in her own home.
Fancy meeting you here, soon to be ex-wife.
She just makes this super dramatic entrance, and she puts a few words in Zhang Fengmian's mouth, like, oh yeah, but that's fine, so long as Wei Ying understands it, huh?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, he knows the motto, alright, since that's all he'd be doing, like,
fucking around.
She literally has to push Zhang Cheng in front of him to, like, shake him and be like, this is your kid!
Yeah,
look at him! I feel so bad for the boy.
I really
sucks.
Like, he's just...
It's not his fault that he has a terrible, terrible dad.
I know.
Fucking honestly, it's brutal.
Dude, like...
It's like, what if Eddard only loved John?
Yeah! God, like...
She's
you
like...
never slow clap for Zhang Cheng.
She's like, I know you don't like him because I'm the one who gave birth to him, but he's still the one who has your last name. Like, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, she's like, everyone says you're cucking me for Wi-Fi's dead mom.
Yeah. It's like, Madam Yu absolutely destroys Zhang Fengmian SJW with facts and logic.
Is this where she says to him, what, did I coax you into a snafu? Did I make you experience botherations?
Like... These botherations are so strong that I can no longer be married to you anymore.
Yeah.
Goodbye forever.
God, I wish it were that simple. If they just divorced, none of this would be happening right now.
Do they have divorce in Chinese vampire times? Because boy, do they need it.
No, you either kill him or
you either skate or you die.
You skate or you die. Mostly, you
Zhang
just kill him.
Fengmian is going to have to like Henry VIII himself a new church so he can divorce his wife.
Pretty much.
That's where he's going later in the episode.
Yeah.
Well, that is what it means to attempt the impossible. I'm going to invent divorce.
At this point, it would be a kindness to everyone involved.
Yeah. He, like...
People have to live with this and encounter their relationship every day.
Yeah, I'm just...
The people of Lotus Pier would love it so much if this ended.
Yeah.
For real. Like, it'd be better for everyone. I'm so serious.
It'd be such a relief. Jesus.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it finally takes him 10 episodes, but Zhang Fengmian finally gets mad.
Yeah, he uses her full name on her while she's, like, subtly, quote-unquote, subtly implying that
And the
Wei Wuxian
sad
is
music
his son.
that plays is so...
Oh yeah, he just walks the fuck out, and she taunts him as he leaves, like, oh yeah? You're just gonna walk away like some rational person? You scared? Like, woo!
He says, no, I'm laughing, actually.
Can't you tell that this is hilarious? I'm going out for some cigarettes, and I will never come back. Goodbye, family. He's the sect leader, isn't he?
Yes,
he is.
He's just leaving.
Yeah, he's busting
he
out.
He sucks so much.
He's never been good at this. Like,
he's so bad
he's
at
gonna
it.
go put himself in boner prison.
Oh, there you go.
He's not. He's just gonna go find a new wife.
Oh my god.
He's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, look, I found a second Wei Wuxian. This is my new son now, and I love him even more.
He's gonna go to the Koi Tower and be like, hey, Jin Guangshan, I sleep in a racing car. How about you?
Oh my god.
I want to see like in 10 episodes from now, he's just like Milhouse's dad for the rest of the show. He's just he like works at the Cracker Factory.
I gotta say, I've only seen this one episode of this character, but he seems like Milhouse's dad.
He is Milhouse's dad.
He just makes the worst decisions and never does his job, and then loves his not son more than his real son.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And like yesterday on fucking Father's Day, like, people are putting up, like, all this nice fan art of him being, like, a good dad because that's what the fandom thinks, and it's like, he's not, though. He's a shitty dad, and he's a shitty
like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I like Zhang Fengmian.
Yeah.
And the way that he treats Wei Wuxian because
good.
he treats him nicer than anyone else does, but he's an objectively bad father and, like, family sect leader.
Yeah, like, just because...
He is Milhouse's dad.
He's Milhouse's
That's what
dad.
the
Milhouse's dad would be the worst sect leader. Give the job to Luann.
Yeah.
That's what the drawing was that he woke up to.
Dignity.
They were playing Pictionary. Yeah.
Wow.
Dignity.
You know, I wish people would realize that just because a character is, like, sexy and daddy goals or whatever, it doesn't mean they're a good fucking person.
This character is far from a dream daddy, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have the whole package to be a dream daddy, and the personality is just not there.
Are there any good dads in the show yet? Because so far the only dads I know of are the Lon sect's boner prison dad, and then Milhouse's dad in the Jang sect, and then there's the terrible Wen fascist dad, Darth Vader. I guess
he hates his son. His son.
He does hate his son, and his son is
Awesome.
a piece of shit. But he is a fascist, so like,
extremely.
It's impossible to say if it's good or not.
Well,
are there any good?
There are 2 good dads coming up in the next season.
I'm blanking.
Cool. There's no good dads.
Oh, yeah,
Conclusion.
okay, yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, no,
shit
duh.
at her because she forgot.
So is that when Wuxian is talking to his brother and he says, like, you don't have to embody the ideals of the clan. You don't have to, like, follow the rules. Like, there's different generations. Like, you can be the first good dad in the clan.
Yeah.
Like,
You
the
can break the
power's
cycle.
in your hands.
Yeah.
And, like, the clan motto is attempt the impossible, so
Yeah.
he can attempt the impossible by being less shitty than the rest of them. I'm
Yeah.
so
No
proud
one
of
knew
him.
that there could be a good Zhang dad,
While doing a 900.
but he's going to do a 900 while good parenting.
Yeah.
Ooh, kill him.
He's still
Oh,
mad though.
kill him.
He punches the wall teenage boyly.
He's
And-
mad as fuck. He just, like, he draws some pretty steep conclusions. He's like, he reminds me of myself, not to project, he reminds me of myself when I get, like, angry or really sad or whatever. Like, it's like every piece of information you get, you just turn into the worst thing ever, and, like, you make it super defeatist. He's like, he hates me, he hates my mom, he doesn't think I'm fit to be the next sect leader because I don't have the right qualities.
He says he didn't kill the turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't kill the turtle. Wei Wuxian's like, man, fuck that!
Wei Wuxian tries to get out of bed and, like, flops onto his face.
Yeah, but he gets up again and he puts his hand on Zhang Cheng's shoulder, sturdily. Like he's the one providing the comfort here because Zhang Cheng is having a freak out.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Wei Wuxian says every Zhang sect leader is different. No 2 people are not on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah!
He says they're going to be the twin heroes of the clan, which is really nice.
It's good. They're like sometimes you get two good boys, and we're gonna be the Zhang sect good boys.
And as I recall from the first 2 episodes of the show, that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly
It
what
all
happens,
works
and
out.
they're best friends, and they definitely love each other.
Yep,
In the present
100%. Because, like, it just, if I'm being real, like, this entire set of scenes with them, like, when they're roughhousing and then when they're being like this, it just makes me really sad. Because, like, this is probably the last time that they're ever going to be able to be like this with each other. Like,
It fucking
until
sucks.
this point.
It does
fucking
seem very
sucks.
sad, and it definitely seems like some sad things are gonna be happening between them.
Yeah.
And he says if anyone fucks with you, I'll beat them up, and then his arm falls off.
Yeah.
Yeah! Exactly.
And I was gonna say, so when I invited you guys to be on, I said that there was a specific thing that happens in this episode. And I kind of lied because the more I thought about it, there's 2 things. The first one is that there's parent drama, and it's funny to me when you talk about it on Jurgen It.
Yeah.
But the second... the second, or well, I guess the first, actually, because this was the main reason, was that I was like, it's brothers.
It's brothers.
I've definitely never carried Sam home after he fought a big turtle.
And I've never emotionally supported Jordan.
That's true as well. That being said, if this show was like The Secret Life of the American Teenager, literally next episode, Madam Yu would be like, I'm sorry, Zhang Fengmian. I want to try again, and he'll be like, let's just be friends, and then she'll be very sad that he doesn't love her. And then they'll have sex, and then they'll have another baby, and then the baby will actually be David Johnson's. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe to our Patreon, please.
Absolutely.
It's usual. It's just normal.
So, anyway,
Just
after this, we go back to Wen Chao and good old Dad.
Yeah.
And he says, "You committed the taboo of being a wuss."
Yeah.
He's like, the only solution to this is doing fascism even harder now.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, son, when you decide to kill everybody, you gotta kill
do it.
everybody,
You gotta
and then
do
piss
You
on the
gotta.
remains so people know who's in charge.
I really like, and I don't know if this is like a translation thing or if this is like as intended, but I really like that the way that they present like the Wen clan's like fascism is it's very like pencil pushy, that he's like, we're going to set up supervisory offices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna drown
It's
them in
very,
paperwork
like,
until they die.
Yeah.
And he says, he tells Wen Chao, anyone who wishes to establish an absolute hegemony
Yeah.
must establish absolute authority, cloud the minds, restrain the limbs, and block the eyes and ears. Which is totally a solid game plan in the long run. Like, has definitely not been historically shown to be the kind of system that is overthrown time and time again by angry subjects. Like, hope that works out for you, dude.
I'm thinking
great.
back to my, like, middle school, when, like, you learn about the 3 Chinese political systems in middle school, and the bad education of America.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's Confucianism, and there's Taoism, and there's legalism, and now I'm nodding my head saying, yes, legalism. I'm sure this is correct.
Yeah, 100%.
I am an
true.
expert.
Uh-huh.
I know this. So
Wen Rohan's new plan to keep it tight and sexy is to establish the freaking surveillance towers.
it's bureaucracy.
It's bureaucracy. So they're going to do it at every residence the Wens have under their control.
Yep.
And if the residents of those places refuse, old Wen Chao is supposed to kill somebody to make an example for the others. Super cool and normal.
It's what you do.
We love
Super
the Wen
cool.
sect. They're good.
They're good.
Uh-huh.
They're the least problematic, because, like, the Lan sect, you can't even drink or have sex with them.
Yeah.
But, like,
But the Wen clan does nothing but have sex.
the Wen clan is constantly expanding their ranks and, doing funny fascism. So it's impossible to say whether it's good or not.
And
There you go.
applauding a big turtle shell.
Kill stealing.
Applauding a big turtle shell, definitely.
Unfortunately, you gotta hand it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
It's a
hand it
shame.
to them.
I like this. They're setting up these supervisory offices. It's going to be like a Ubisoft game. You're gonna clear them out. You're gonna unlock
clear
new parts
each
of the
tower.
map.
Yes.
They should make a Motao Sushi video game by Ubisoft. No
I
loot
was
boxes.
thinking about that. It'd make a pretty badass, like, MMO.
They're
When has Tencent
probably-
ever made a video game with bad tactics and predatory, monetization?
Not a once.
Referencing Fortnite.
So basically, Modazushi is Fortnite.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yeah. So
Instead
then,
of building buildings out of materials, you build buildings out of dead people.
The Wen sect, based in their city of Tilted Towers.
Ugh.
God.
Tilted Towers would make a perfect supervisor.
The Tilted Nightless Towers.
Ugh. Fucking. So we cut back to Yunmong, and Mom and Dad are still fighting.
She's still chasing him.
I've got my divorce papers right here. I'm about to sign them. What are you gonna do
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah.
He walks the fuck away. He's walking away. He is leaving.
Gotta head out.
I love that the like teens are watching this happen and they're like,
Yeah.
oh man, school's gonna be hard now.
Yeah, he's like,
Kick our ass
man,
in
Madam
training."
Yu just got divorced. She's gonna be so fucking pissed at us. Who are Wei Wuxian's normal friends? Because I love them and they've showed up a few times.
They don't get names.
Yeah,
They
they're
don't
just
get
his
names.
shitty.
They're just
Yeah.
his buds.
Yeah, I mean, well, the show is doing it right because they're tertiary characters, and it would be difficult to give them names.
Yeah, extremely.
They're not allowed to have names if they're tertiary characters.
No, this isn't a Roy property, so none of
Shut
the
the
tertiary
fuck up.
characters have names, backgrounds, or favorite music or blood type.
Hey,
I love it.
calling
I
me out.
wish that every series had as much attention paid to the characters as Roy pays to her characters in her stories. I'm just saying. I'd like to know these children's names.
They show up so many times.
They do.
They
No.
deserve names.
I love them.
They're presumably like Wei Wuxian's best friends who
Yeah.
aren't like his brother and his boyfriend, so like
Yeah,
they should.
they're his homeboys.
They should get names, but unfortunately, I do understand why they don't get names because
it's just their names are so expensive. We don't have the money.
Yeah,
we have to make like 3 new Coronetto commercials to be able to afford names for these.
Yeah.
Then fucking do it, duh.
This one's name is Vanilla, and his name is Pistachio.
This is Caramel Cookie Crunch.
Episode 1 didn't have an ice cream commercial. Episode 2 did, so I assumed that it was just like an even number episodes get ice cream commercials situation.
Sometimes they get travel app commercials, and those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting for that post-credits ice cream commercial, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, kind of.
Because it is made by Tencent, I'm hoping so hard that there's a Modao Zushi Fortnite commercial. It would be so funny.
Wow.
It'll be really good.
Where we drop in cultivators.
I need a special new skin that's just a ripoff of Wei Wuxian's entire character design. Then I'd play Fortnite.
That's how they get you.
Then and only then. If I could play as...
So then it's night, right?
Yeah, it's night, and of course, like, Zhang Fengmian...
He's about to take off in some boats so he can distribute copies of Can I Borrow a Feeling?
Yeah. Oh. So
he's texting his alive woman as we speak.
He says, time to go be divorced.
Yep. He fucked off right before the Wen showed up.
Yeah, he's like sad looking at the hairpin that he tried to give Madame Yu a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Cause she was like, what's this piece of shit? And like didn't take it.
He's like, I liked it. I just thought you'd like it. And
I know.
It's just like this piece that doesn't match anything she owns, and she really obviously doesn't like it. And he's just like, oh man, that was my last chance at romance.
I tried so hard.
Total Kirk Van Houten move.
Oh, he like bought it at the fucking airport.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's about to take off in some boats to go be divorced, and yeah, the Wen's, like, there's like some people having, like, a fracas, and they're like, they took our 6th Shidi.
Which is, like, the youngest one.
Yeah.
Or one of the youngest ones.
He's the 6th in the ranking of boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and...
They just can't, they can't stop kidnapping Shidis.
They just love to kidnap children.
They can't stop it. They can't help it.
They love to have them.
It's a compulsion,
Some people kidnap boys to cope.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Gotta have the whole set.
It's that collector's mentality. It's like a gotcha game.
Yeah.
Gotta have all them Jangs.
Mm-hmm.
So Wang Lingjiao is there, and she's there on behalf of Wen Chao, because apparently that's, like, something she's allowed to do now.
She's, like, his mistress, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. They're not
and they
even,
just
like,
send
married.
her on, like, judicial business now?
Yep.
Yeah, because...
I could tell that she was evil because she has makeup and huge titties. So
There you go.
She's the Adrian of...
Subtle visual cues. The Spanish
like
guitar playing.
Yeah.
She looks like a One Piece character.
She wants the tea. She's here asking for the tea.
Yeah, and it's like, she's just sitting there menacingly. It's very
Can I get some service, please?
Yeah. And the servant ladies are like, we have better shit to do.
Like,
they would make tea for someone they liked.
Yeah.
But not for her.
Yeah.
No, it's a statement.
And then Madame Yu comes in and she's like, why'd you take my boy? And then, like, there's excuses.
Yeah, she, like, it turns out the 6th Shidi, like, shot down a kite that looked a little like the sun.
This is the most fucking brain genius, like, well, it's, you shot down, don't you think that the White Walkers are marching in a wolf-shaped pattern?
I was gonna say this is some Cersei Lannister shit.
Yeah,
it's like, you shot down our fascism logo. Can't you tell if you
doing
squint?
A puppet show where a lion takes a shit.
Oh my god.
So I had them boiled alive.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
If you squint at this red circle, it looks like the Wen sect logo.
So I had your 6th Shidi made into soup.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Like, they took
Kites
this shit
of red
personally.
are always dead, but Shidi's skin is warm when he's being boiled into soup.
Yeah.
Oh.
That does make sense, just scientifically.
When you think about it.
Yeah,
as far as temperature
sound.
goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% sound. So, I guess it stands to be mentioned a little bit that the 2 ladies here are Madame Yu's personal servants, so, like, that shit is below them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they were in episode whatever, the one where Wei Wuxian gets expelled, right?
Yeah,
they're always around.
They do have names. They have names in the book.
I can't remember.
They could afford names for these ones, couldn't they?
No.
They're her homegirls.
Yeah.
Wang Lingjiao, like, explains this, and at some point, Zhang Cheng and Wei Wuxian come in, and then Madame Yu is like, "You really gonna waste my time, huh?"
Uh-huh.
And
it turns into, like, Wang Lingjiao, like, pinning everything on Wei Wuxian, and she's like, he fucks everything up, and he needs to be punished.
We get a shot of Wen Qiao making evil face at a sword, which I'm, like, 99% sure the sword's supposed to be Wei Wuxian's whatever sword.
Yeah.
Suibon?
Yeah.
Suibon.
Yeah, Suibon.
Yeah. It's whatever.
It is why I said whatever. I forgot that's what the sword is called.
It's a whatever boy. Gotcha. It fucking got you, bro.
I did. I've been owned by Wei Wuxian in real life.
That's how you break the fourth wall. Ultimate trickster Bugs Bunny.
God.
Yes.
Wei Wuxian is Deadpool if you think about it.
When you really put your mind on it, they have the same color scheme.
I hate to say it. I've never seen Deadpool, but I know this is what he's like.
That's a hot concept.
Yeah.
I'm really
it's
a fan.
Incorrect take.
I did see fan art one time that somebody did. It was just Bugs Bunny, but in Wei Wuxian's robes with his ponytail, and it was very good.
Yeah.
And I liked it, so...
It's an extremely big mood.
So then,
And Wang Lingjiao is like, oh, well, Madame Yu, if you don't punish him accordingly, people will start talking.
Oh, yeah,
so
I forgot she did this, yeah.
And so,
like earlier when Mom and Dad were arguing, they were talking about, like, the rumors that are going around town that he's such a... Zhang Fengmian, like, I hate to say this, but if I'm gonna call anybody...
equals WWX.
Basically.
Extremely.
I mean, that, but also, like, if I'm gonna call anybody a beta, like...
He's a beta male. He's extremely a beta male.
He doesn't even do the sect leader shit. He leaves that to Madame Yu.
He literally...
She trains
what does
everybody.
he even do all day? Like, where does he go?
Listen, he sits down, and he clicks like.
He's just scrolling through Twitter all day long, looking at old pictures of his girlfriend. Wonder what she's dead, that's right. Oh.
He goes to comicskingdom.com and reads Family Circus.
Is there something you want to say?
Wow.
Zhang Cheng is a real melon head.
Opinions?
He smashes that angry button.
Yeah.
He can't stop making jokes about how much his son shits.
Now you have to link that wonderful video that Sam made.
Oh, God.
Please promo my content.
I really need everyone to see it. I need everyone to see it.
It's just normal.
Oh shit, is this when Madame Yu is like twisting her fidget spinner ring and then Wei Wuxian like runs in to hit what's her name? What's her name? Wan Lingjiao.
Yeah.
And like it looks like she's about to swing the whip at Wang Lingjiao, but like
Wei Wuxian just gets hermit purpled onto his knees.
Yeah, she's beating the shit out of Wei Wuxian instead. Like Zhang Cheng is like
I didn't like to see the boy get hit, but I feel like this was deliberately evocative of that time where Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji got like beaten at cloud recesses.
Yeah.
And as opposed to that time, Wei Wuxian like takes it and like he deals with it like a champ to show that time has passed and that he's grown.
Yeah.
I did think it was an interesting position that she was in because it was kind of like obviously she wants to whip this child,
but she doesn't want to listen to Wan Lingjiao.
Yeah.
Right, it's like, if I do this, then I'm letting the fascists win, but I also kind of want to do it, and if I don't do it, then people are gonna...
Now this is being coaxed into a snafu.
Yeah, extremely.
Like, really has no good option there, so might as well just whip a boy.
Yeah, it's like when you're thinking about like doing the dishes, and then your mom tells you to do the dishes, and you're like, I don't want to do the dishes anymore.
Fucking she
whips him. I counted 37 discrete times.
Wow.
Yeah,
and he's like totally like he's alive.
He's just
taking it.
It is a long whipping sequence,
and it's like a super.
And Zhang Cheng is like begging her to stop.
He's begging her to stop. But, like, the fate of their clan basically rests on her beating Wei Wuxian's ass, so she's really going
I'm
for
happy
it.
to
and also she does kind of want to do it.
She's been wanting to do this presumably for Wei Wuxian's entire life.
It's probably cathartic for her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, a little bit. I guess I'll have to whip this child I hate. Oh,
Willy Wonka voice, please don't.
Jesus. And fucking even after all of that, Wang Lingjiao says that it isn't enough. Like, she wants Madame Yu to cut off Wei Wuxian's fucking hand for Wen Chao, because Wen Chao is just so understanding that way, you know?
He's a nice boy.
Just a hand is enough.
You don't have to kill him. And she's like, damn it. But you do have to cut off his hand.
Yeah. And
she's about to fucking do it, too.
Yeah.
What is she going to even do it with? You can't just cut off a person's hand.
Yeah.
You can whip it off.
It must be a very good
when you
whip.
think about it. It is a very good whip.
It's a great fucking whip.
Her son is
lightning
like,
whip.
please, Mom, don't cut off his hand. What would Dad do if he finds out? And she's
Oh,
like,
no.
I don't
She's
know,
like-
probably fucking nothing. Here I go.
Yep.
You don't want to turn him into...
He'd be like, he'd make sad cuck face and be like, why'd you cut off my favorite boy's hand?
Oh my god.
And then
He
Wang
literally-
Lingjiao is just like slow clapping for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like Madame, the thing that makes me I think it makes me laugh about it is like Madame Yu was kind of about to do it.
Yeah.
And then Wang Lingjiao brings up putting a supervisory office in Yunmong and how she'll be such a good subordinate.
Yeah.
I
And then
really
she
like
snaps.
God.
the way that she did that. She's
That
like,
rules.
she's like, oh, I'm so glad that you're making the right choice. You've proven yourself a loyal subordinate. And she's like, okay, if that's how it's gonna be, then I'm just gonna fucking use
She
double
It is the
slap.
most.
Yeah,
It is
she
the
does-
most satisfying
Yep, double
slap in the history of animation. It's so good.
Fucking
It's
rules.
fucking
She's
awesome.
like, listen here, I hate Wei Wuxian more than I hate anything, but the thing I hate most is being called inferior to anyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Let me
literally-
tell you how the hierarchy works.
Yeah.
I am the superior.
She did specifically say, she's like, Lotus Pier will be a great place for a supervisory office.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. She's like, I'm sure you and I will be in total agreement.
Yeah.
And Madame Yu does not have shit for shit of it.
Yeah.
She smacks her once across the face, then it comes back for another round on the other side just to make sure it's even. And, no, because, no subordinate of the Wens is gonna teach her what the hierarchy is.
She also does Sand Snake voice, you beach!
Yeah.
Which, like,
Oh, yeah.
but which, like, with
Oh, yeah,
combined
she
with combined with her whip, I'm thinking, like,
Mind the master behind the dog you're trying to mess with, bitch, is what she says.
It's the best line in the entire series.
It's fucking awesome.
it's very good.
She says, let me teach you what the hierarchy is. I'm the superior, you are the inferior. Holy
It
shit.
fucking
You
rules.
stink
You're
ass
gonna walk
bitch.
into my house after my husband left me. I'm riding high in this moment, and I
Yeah.
just got to beat the shit out of my awful boy, and now you're gonna try to tell me that I have to be complicit in fascism? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I didn't
You're
think
not
to
gonna
check,
tell me
but
shit.
I mean, we can assume that the hand she hit her with was the one with her funny ring on it, right?
No, her
Ooh.
ring is her whip. Right?
Yeah.
She takes the
Yeah, the
ring
ring-
off when she has the
Oh,
whip.
I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
cool. It's
Mhm.
good to see.
okay.
It's,
Damn it, she should have put her whip away first.
She should have put her whip away because, God, that
Let me
would
park my whip.
Thank God.
Watch me whip. Now watch me nay nay. And the nay nay
Yeah.
is the two slaps.
Watch me smack my...
I love this part in the novel because, like, after she beats her down, like, she takes out a handkerchief and wipes her hands with it.
Because she touched the nasty lady.
Yeah. And I love that, but she says that and it rules and that's the episode.
Yeah, fucking like, it felt so good
It's
for
so
the 5 whole minutes it took me, my first watch through, to finish this episode and move on to the next one. Because, like, this one, like, it ended so triumphantly. You know when something ends so triumphantly that you know the next episode is gonna fucking suck. Like, it's just, it's gonna suck, but, like, it feels so good in the moment. Just to watch her beat her down.
It's like, I don't even like Madame Yu that much.
I know!
But
Yeah.
she's so good when she's beating this awful person.
Exactly.
The worst person you know just did an
Yeah.
epic slap.
Just did
Tragic.
an epic slap. See, I like the fact that Madame Yu obviously is like constantly waving Zhang Cheng in front of the epic divorce man's face. Like, look at this son that you're ignoring, while also being not a very good
Look what
mom
you
to
did.
him.
Yeah!
She's
Yeah.
like, look what you did. Also, I don't like this one either because he reminds me of you as well.
Yeah!
So,
So, like,
poor
she's a very
boy.
good mom to
She
either
can't-
of her kids, really.
Yeah.
She can't be happy with anything. Fuck.
I
The
know.
She's
only
only
child
happy
that she's
beating
good
people
to.
into their place.
Yeah.
Like, that's the happiest you see Madame Yu is at the beginning when she's like torturing these students and making them hold heavy weights.
Yeah!
That's like the
much.
happiest we ever see her.
Honestly, the only child that she's good to is Zhang Yanli. Like,
She
I'm
does
pretty
deserve it,
sure
though.
it's even said in the novel that they have a good relationship. But, like, I guess I understand that. But
Rem-
she's just shitty to absolutely everyone else.
Remember Zhang Yanli? She just, like, disappeared.
Yeah, where was she in this whole moment?
I was sad about it. She seemed very nice for the, 15 seconds she was in the episode.
She is very nice. They do lay it out in the novel. She's, like, visiting, Madame Yu's side of the family, so she's way out of here. She's
the passage of time in this show is I love everything about the show. Sometimes they'll be like 2 years have passed in between scenes, and then other times it's just like I don't know when this is happening.
I mean, my experience with the show is I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I was reading the PDF, and it was like episode 3. Everything from here on out is a flashback.
Yep.
It's like what? Why?
It doesn't. I don't understand what the point of the beginning 2 episodes
I think,
was.
Well, I think that probably the reason for that is because, I mean, that, like, my experience with, like, this little amount of the show was I got this feel for who some of these characters were and how their relationships were to Wei Wuxian. And then going back in time and seeing, like, him and his brother, it was very sad, because I was like, I want them to be friends and get along. But I know that's not what's going to happen, and it's a fucking bummer.
Yeah, that's kind of a recurring theme, is I guess the best way to put it is, like, spoilers don't matter because, like, the interest is in seeing how things unfold, kind of.
Yeah, like, you can present a very advanced, not mentally, just, like, time-wise, advanced scene, just like a brain genius scene, you know? You can introduce a very advanced scene that's further on in the timeline than, I mean, whatever, just completely out of context, apropos of nothing. And, like, when you don't have any context for a scene, it's just like, all right, here are these characters, they're doing this thing, deal with it. And you'll just hope that they explain it later. And it eventually does get explained in a pretty satisfying way.
Yeah. It's all about Huh?
I was gonna say, that being said, where is Little Apple? I miss that donkey.
I know. I really need him.
Another reason I couldn't recognize Wei Wuxian when he woke up was where was the donkey?
Where was the important donkey?
Where's the important humanoid donkey?
The Iggy of donkeys.
I recognize him through 2 things: his color of clothes and his donkey. And without those, I just have no fucking idea who he is.
2 things you gotta know.
You can recognize Wei Wuxian no matter what body he's in. It's just, who is the character who can't shut up?
Yeah.
Literally.
That's
fucking exactly what it is. Like, that's, honestly, I'm pretty sure how a couple people in the books recognize him.
He's just the one who runs his mouth all the time.
Fucking exactly.
He doesn't know how to not talk.
No.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got a mouth and I'm going to use it to talk. Like, that's his excuse.
Yeah,
I have a mouth.
He's like the Joseph Joestar of
He is.
Yeah. He just says things and gets into trouble, but also he's kind of a genius.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a genius idiot.
Yeah.
The ADD boy. I feel like he's a very classic case of ADHD.
He's very
which is good to me.
You gotta love it.
Personally.
Yep.
It's cool representation. Anyway, he's just a fucking idiot, but he's super smart. And he's extremely self-sacrificing.
He's a good boy.
He's
got a good heart and a good golden orb.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a wonderful, plump, round, juicy golden orb.
That perfect little orb inside of him.
Like a little grape.
Boy, I want to pluck that little orb and just pop it in my...
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
All the cultivators have a golden core, and it's just little orb inside of them.
Okay.
It's their cultivation organ.
Yeah, it's their...
It's the cultivation node.
Third nut.
Yeah.
It's like your aura reading organ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a character who can actually rip out your sweet orb, and then you lose your powers forever.
Yep.
Well, I'm not gonna let him do that. Duh. Next.
Could you believe it if I told you that character was a Wen?
Wow!
One day,
Hold on, I'm trying to process this. No, I don't believe you.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh shit!
Surprising
dude.
Character who does evil thing is Wen. Who would have thought?
Now, I've been led to understand that there are evil characters from various groups, like the evil fail dad of Zhang, and also
I wouldn't say he's evil. He's just a terrible dad.
I've heard that there's a bastard of Jin.
There is a bastard of Jin. There's a couple of them. But...
There are many bastards of Jin.
There's a bastard in every family, and someday I hope to learn who it is in ours.
I was gonna say, because when we were talking about like stuff being like revealed immediately, basically, and then like the whole thing is about like watching how it goes down. Like in the novel, and probably in the next season, basically what happens with like the main antagonist is like you find out you like are aware of his identity for a little while, and then like as soon as it starts to be like, I wonder if he's the main bad guy, like you think it's gonna be this big mystery, but then they find out that it's him like the next chapter.
Yeah.
And then it's all about like finding out why he's doing the shit he did.
Yeah, and they find out a lot of their information through a man's severed head.
Oh yes, God of War.
God of War, yeah.
I played the video game.
Is that a funny God of War
There's
thing?
a funny talking head in
sort
that
of
game,
a sort of a head.
He says like, "This is not my beautiful house."
Oh man. Wow, classic.
I can't wait to find out information about my biggest enemy through his large suit.
Yeah.
You know?
Ooh.
All of the Lonsect wear giant suits.
Blank spoilers, big suit.
Blank spoilers, big suit.
Big man, big suit.
I like that.
Wow, big man, big suit.
Big man, big suit.
Big man, bigger suit.
The big man has the suit.
The big man has the suit.
Christ. Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I've just been Kermit nodding for the last 5 minutes.
Thanks, Sam. We love it. Do you want to real quick do the McMinute?
Oh my god.
I had a McMinute question.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What's up?
Ask it. I'm gonna set my timer up.
So I don't play Overwatch anymore, but I remember Overwatch. Just to get that out of the way.
Y'all remember Overwatch?
So y'all remember Overwatch? I heard they're getting a sequel, Overwatch 2.
I hope it's a visual novel where I can kiss the cowboy.
When Jesse McCree goes to McDonald's, what does he McOrder?
Oh, that's a McFucking excellent question. I think depending on the state of his sobriety, he would probably go for a good red-blooded American quarter pounder with cheese or a Big Mac. Either that or like just a 20-piece nugget if he's feeling super depressed and he asks for at least 6 extra sauces. It's usually, I want to say, like sweet and sour and honey mustard. And he gets the biggest drink possible. Sometimes a shake. He likes to treat himself. And, he works really hard. He's a great hot dad body, and he needs to keep it fueled with as much McDonald's as he can fit into it. Because I'm pretty sure that's gonna, McDonald's is still gonna be around in 2076, even through, like, the omelet crisis and shit, because McDonald's is eternal and it's inevitable, so he would definitely go hog wild, on some great American fast food.
And there we have it.
It's 11:45.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up, timer. Yeah.
Thank
Learning
you.
so much about Jesse McCartney.
I love him. Jesse McCree's?
Jesse McCree does the voice of Roxas, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. It's Matthew Mercer.
Yes, the Matthew Mercer.
The Matthew of Mercer.
The funny Jotaro, English.
Yeah,
the funny Jotaro, yeah.
That's true. So, do you want to do questions?
Yeah, let's do some questions.
We had a few questions. I had to, like, dig these up because of how long ago I sent the questions post out. Oops.
Wow.
But, so, I had, oh, fuck. There was another one. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I thought I lost it, but I didn't.
Okay.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so our first question comes in from friend of the show, Colin at Pagetish. So, just a bit of context, when I first sent out when they first started, like, watching the show, Colin was like, Zhang Fengmian, the way he runs the sect reminds me of the way I manage the store that I work at, is what they said. So Colin says, my Fengmian management style tweet, please describe the characters in a bougie strip mall AU. Who runs the gourmet fast casual deli? Who works at the $200 salon? Now,
who works at the jewelry store?
Who works at the Anchor Food Lion?
Oh God. Okay.
Can I throw this one out?
Please.
Zhang Yan Li runs a crepe stand.
I love this.
Wow.
She
has her own little storefront. She started with a food truck, but it was so popular because she's so perfect and makes such good food that she got a storefront in the little bougie shopping strip mall.
See,
That's
I
awesome.
work in a bougie as hell mall.
Oh, I love it.
So like I know all the things that are there. Who works at the Lush?
Oh
my God. I feel like Wen Young works at the Lush.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen this character, but I read about him in the summary. So I think that guy Jin something who was engaged to the sister.
Yeah.
I think that he would be the manager of the Jared jewelry store.
Oh yes, the Galleria of Jewelry. You mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
He did go to Jared.
Yeah, he went to Jared.
Where does Nie Hwai Song work?
Oh,
the game.
He's like a part-time. He's like a part-timer who doesn't belong. Like when he walks into work, everyone's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, his family's super rich, so he really only works like 12 hours a week because his brother thinks he needs to get out more.
He's the guy who like bags groceries and puts the carts away at the Kroger.
Yeah.
He works at the cheapest restaurant in the food court. Like there's one McDonald's there and that's where he works. And he does a really bad job there.
Oh, he's awful at it.
He doesn't care. He's terrible. He's terrible.
He gets everyone's orders wrong.
Yeah.
God, either that or if we're talking like bougie strip mall, he works at like the Color Me Mine. You know, the like paint it yourself like shit.
Oh my
fucking He works at fucking Build-A-Bear. He works at Build-A-Bear.
Oh yes.
Oh my god.
He works at Build-A-Bear. That's absolutely it.
Wow.
You got it right on the money.
Thank you.
I feel like Wei Wuxian would work at like Sharper Image or something.
Yeah, he would
Maybe
not.
the Lego
He would
store.
get fired within 2 months for his fucking.
I got a perfect one. At the mall I work at, there is a store for My Pillow, which is the old people product that the Trump lover owns, and
yes,
that is where Zhang Fengmiang works.
Jesus.
Post-divorce specifically.
Absolutely.
When Wei Wuxian inevitably gets fired from his mall job, what's it for?
Oh god.
I think he gets fired from the Sharper Image because he won't fucking stop sitting on the massage chairs instead of working.
He's just
that sounds
parked
right.
there.
Someone like asks him for a recommendation for a product and he shows them porn.
Yeah.
A thing that he has done twice, I believe.
He like breaks a window with a drone. He's like, hey guys, check it out!
No. It's like he's supposed to train the new trainee, and he's like, here's our employee handbook, and then they open it up, and it's the lewd images that he loves to show people.
Yeah, it's pornography.
He uses the drone to like harass Lan Wangji working at the Sunglass Hut or whatever he's working at.
Why does he work at the Sunglass Hut?
He's trying to tie his head
that was the first thing I thought of.
Emotions. Let me tell you, I'm thinking that a decent analog to, like a modern day analog to the lawn headband would be sunglasses, just worn all the time. Like they wear like transitions lenses.
Would he not work at Guitar Center?
Ooh.
You know what? I think you got me there.
Yeah, that's it.
There's sorry.
You know?
At my bougie strip mall that I work at, there's a CBD stand, and I think that's where Lan Zixen works.
Jesus. Yeah, Lan Zixen definitely works.
Cock and ball torture?
Yeah. No, CBD.
Cock and ball torture.
Torture.
Yeah, that's... You know what?
That's fucking it.
Yeah.
Lan Zixen is the Bernie bro.
He is the Bernie bro.
100%.
Not to be a Bernie bro.
Not to be a Bernie bro or anything.
Yeah, he works at Spencer's Gifts, which I don't think belongs at a bougie strip mall.
It's probably like, maybe it's one of those sex shops that's like branded as bougie, like like Romantic Secrets Boutique.
Jesus. Remember
Madame
how
Muse.
there's...
Oh!
No.
God.
Madame Muse, Heidi Hole.
Jesus!
Madame Muse, Heidi Hole is really
It's just called Madame Muse's New Husband.
It sells blow-up dolls specifically. Artisan blow-up dolls.
What more do you need?
Nothing. Literally nothing. You need a blow-up doll and a dildo and you're good.
Jesus. You're good to go.
Living that hashtag single life.
God. She's a woman on the verge.
On the verge of...
Oh my god, the only thing that could have made that last scene better.
She's just like
I am a woman on the verge.
And then she puts on her sunglasses that she got at the Lawn Sunglass Hut.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Colin asked a second question, which is kind of in the same vein, which is also good. And they say, hey, here's another question. What's the favorite franchised American casual dining restaurant of each of the boys? So, you got your Chili's, you got your Ruby Tuesday,
Red Lobster,
Red Robin.
Love
me a Red Robin.
Applebee's.
I feel like that's Wanji likes Red Robin.
What has the most vegetarian options? Because as we all know, the Lawn Sect, the Lawn Sect is vegan straight edge. So
vegan straight edge.
Maybe an Olive Garden.
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, speaking of Olive Garden, here's my hot take. Here's my absolute fire take.
Yeah.
Wei Wuxian is the guy who says, I'm gonna take you somewhere real special, and takes you to Olive Garden, and you pay for it.
And
he also doesn't.
He's just eating the fettuccine out of the jars.
He doesn't know that Olive Garden is like not high class food.
He has no idea. No,
he thinks this is like the nicest. This is the nicest restaurant he knows of.
No, he's never seen the funny Tumblr post.
And it's right across. It's right across from Benihana's.
Yeah.
I think Zhongcheng likes TGI Fridays because you can get drunk there for really cheap and they have cool drinks. And I think that's what he's focused on at this point in life. That and like
Ye Huaisong likes Buffalo Wild Wings, 100%.
Oh yeah, he likes to get down and party, get a little dirty with it.
He's done with his shift. He's done with his shift at Build-A-Bear. He goes for some nasty buffalo wings and stays to watch the game.
An entire pitcher of beer for himself.
And he gets to go there and hang out with his brother because his brother's there, like, watching the sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His brother comes to the bar every night at 8 p.m. to watch the sports on TV because he feels too lonely doing it at home.
Who is the Cheesecake Factory liker?
I was gonna ask.
I feel like Shi-Chen is the Cheesecake Factory liker.
Yeah.
He likes that, the sweet.
He likes
to treat himself.
He gets something different every time.
Yeah. Either that or, like, honestly, I feel like the decor is very reminiscent of the Jean sect, because it's just, like, very ostentatious.
True.
So
here's the sad one, though.
Yeah.
Where does Long Feng Mian like to eat?
He's Islands. He goes to
Islands.
You
get a good deal.
These other islands are like IHOP, but specifically at like 2 a.m.
Yes.
Oh my
Nothing
god.
wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with
that.
There's also nothing wrong with Waffle House at 2 a.m. Gonna throw
Absolutely
that one out
not.
there.
I feel like Wei Wuxian would be a very Waffle House kind of bitch.
That's true.
Oh man, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Remember when me and you and my brother went to see Rush, and then at like midnight we went to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah,
that was a good night. Anyway, it was bonding.
It was bonding. It was very good.
Anyway,
next.
Friend of the show and guest disciple Scout says, so I want to, before I read this question, I want to give some context to this. So, this past week there was kind of a situation, maybe, some weirdness about cosplay law.
Yeah, Chinese copyright law.
So, some people had kind of taken it upon themselves to interpret Chinese copyright law without, like, fully understanding it, I guess.
Yeah, they pretty much painted it in the most unflattering way possible.
Yeah, and the most confusing and, like, scare tactic-y way possible.
It was pretty scaremongering.
So, what people were thinking for a while was that, like, it's illegal to cosplay anything from this series.
Which is not correct.
Yeah, which is not correct. It's basically there are some things that are illegal, but it basically only applies in China.
Mm-hmm. So long as you're not making money off of your cosplay, and I guess so long as you're not explicitly calling it cosplay, because I'm assuming that the word cosplay, in the eyes of, like, a place like China, it's considered, like, you're doing it for monetary gain instead of just, like, dressing up in a costume.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. I don't completely understand it, but it is not completely illegal to cosplay. But people were thinking it was for a minute.
Yeah. Basically, what it ended up really being is, like, don't tag it as cosplay if you live in China.
Yeah.
Anywhere you are, maybe don't, like, if you're taking lewds, like, maybe don't tag it in the main tag.
Please don't. Especially not on, like, Weibo or any, like, Chinese social media. It's just asking for your ass to get just completely merged, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so that happened. People were scared about that. But Scout says, based on the way things were worded, read the cosplay thing, i.e. say you're cosplaying the animation rather than the novel, does this imply that Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji will not actually be canonly in love for real in the show? I have been very concerned about that re-censorship. I've, expected from the start that they're not gonna be, super explicit with it.
Yeah, a lot of the time
it fucking sucks.
In series like this, especially in China or in places with heavy censorship, they focus really heavily on the bromance aspect, and they include a lot of things that are wink wink, nudge nudge. If you read close enough into it, of course it's obvious that they're in love. They do little things. There was one part in I think the first couple episodes where Wei Wuxian sat on Lan Wangji's sleeve, and that was supposed to be a little wink wink, nudge nudge indicative thing of being the cut sleeve myth.
Well, there's been legend. A lot of things that have been thematic, and the fact that it's a web animation, it's only released online, gives it a little bit more leeway. Mm-hmm. It's not as heavily censored as things that are on TV.
Yeah.
But I also can't. At this point, they've done enough that's thematic, that's hinting at it, that mm-hmm. I don't know how they would be able to pull it off even in the this is just bromance sense.
Yeah, I'm trying not to keep my hopes up about it.
Yeah.
But I really would like for it to be as overt as it is in the novel. It'd be nice, but they're
not gonna fuck on national TV.
No. Wei Wuxian's not gonna be out here sucking cock, but I don't know. If it could be a little more than implied that they're in love, that'd be nice.
Sometimes
it would be nice for them to be straightforward about two dudes being in love. Because
they
can do a Revolver Ocelot Russian taunt.
Yeah.
Just, the kiss on a cheek, and it's what could this possibly mean? All the fans are asking on the internet.
Yeah. I wonder.
Did that kiss mean anything?
Yeah.
Or they could just do a Dumbledore Grindelwald, where he looks into the mirror of Erised and sees Lan Wangji.
Did that happen?
Apparently, yes. Dumbledore looks in the mirror of Erised and sees Grindelwald. Do you get it?
I can't wait for... Who's the author of Modab Zushi?
J.K. Rowling.
Mo Xiang Tong Xu.
MXTX.
I can't wait for MSDX to reveal that Little Apple was an Asian woman the whole time or something.
Oh my god.
Little Apple was
different. It's not an animagus. It's something different.
Jesus.
This is not Doom Patrol. They're not gonna head into the donkey's giant ass. It'll be fine. I think it's just a donkey.
Maladonctus.
Ew!
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
I don't like it. What are you looking for?
I was looking for... Somebody said something very insightful about this in the Discord, but all I'm finding is the thing that, Jordan, that you said the other day about how Wei Wuxian is Brooks.
Someone said something really insightful, but all I can find is the thing you said, Jordan.
Extremely.
Well, I am right about Wei Wuxian being Brooks.
You are right about that to me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Wei Wuxian is typing.
He's just always logged on. He's just tweeting the worst possible things that make everyone mad.
It's true.
He just loves to do it. He loves to see it. He loves to incite it. He lives for it.
Where the fuck?
And I appreciate that.
Where
I think,
the hell?
If you find it, we can bring it to light at some other point. Do we have other things to answer questions for?
Oh, wait. Here it is. Oh, here it is.
Oh, here we go.
Colin said it, and they said, I'm expecting that they'll be cultivation partners, but they won't explicitly spell out that they're married. That sounds likely.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, one more question, and this one's a fun one, and I've been waiting to get to this for ages, and I'm glad to have you guys on here, because y'all are gonna be able to help me with this. So, this is also from Scout, and this says, okay, a bitch gotta know, what stands do the boys have, and what do they do? We can pick our favorites or whichever are important on the episode that we read this in.
Am I allowed
Wei Wuxian's
to use
is cheap trick. Wei Wuxian's is cheap trick. It just annoys you till you die.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I mean, we have to use some that already exist because Hermit Purple exists.
Yeah, Zhang Chang's is Hermit Purple.
That's what I was messaging Roy about this. I don't understand why Joseph never just used Hermit Purple as a sick whip on a child.
Yeah. If I were Joseph Joestar, I would simply use Hermit Purple as a sick whip.
If Ollie from Game of Thrones was in JoJo, what would Joseph do to him? You'd whip him with his funny whip.
Right, because he watches Game of Thrones and he has
because
opinions.
he knows what he has to do.
I'm sorry, everyone watches Game of Thrones. So
Excuse
of course
me,
he would. Everyone watches Game of
Everyone,
Thrones.
we all love to watch it.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
100% beloved by everyone. The famous show of
36
Game
Emmys
of
or
Thrones.
however many it has at this point. I've lost
97
track.
Emmys.
Many of them.
Can I hit you
14,000.
with maybe Lan Wangji's stand is Heaven's Door?
I like this. Now, I do like this. Please expand on it, though.
I feel like sort of it can influence the way people think, and also I feel like it's not a particularly violent stand. It's kind of a more cerebral stand.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like to imagine him turning his instrument's strings into the wonderful boy, sort of much like how Rohan draws him with his pen.
I like
That's
that.
what I'm thinking.
I think, and apologies for all the pronunciation. I'm doing my best. I haven't watched most of the show, so I haven't heard most of the names said out loud. But I think Zhang Fengmian, is that his name?
Yeah.
I think he would have little feet, because it helps him to shrink and run away from his wife.
Get away from his wife. She's like yelling at him, and he's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller until he's subatomic.
Yeah. He's like, damn it,
He's hidden by his reticle.
I can't yell at my husband if I can't see him.
Yeah.
Sometimes you block your own wife by shrinking into a molecule.
Sometimes it's like that.
Maybe this is spoilers, but Wen Yang stand is
Oh my god.
because he's a zombie. You can bleep that one out if you want to.
No,
five
that's
spoilers.
okay.
I do
Okay.
have an original stand concept for him.
Ooh.
Okay.
And this is like the only one that I have like more or less like developed in my head.
Love it.
So when we see him as a normal regular boy, he's just like kind of very timid and scared, and he's trying his best, but he's, you know, he's got the man on his back. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he has a stand, but it doesn't awaken until he dies. And his
Notorious
stand
B.I.G.
his stand allows him to become Wei Wuxian's stand.
Wow.
Huh.
I was just thinking that his stand was Agre Tsuko.
Okay.
That's like what if Kakyoin just turned into Star Platinum after he died?
We don't know
Well-
that he
Which
did.
is beautiful and poetic, and I love that.
Madam, you're a spicy
Transmigration.
lady.
Ooh.
I like
can
that.
I can hit you with my JoJo OC fan stand, then you can tell me if it has a place on the show if you'd like.
Hit me with
Yes.
So my OC stand, I don't have an OC, I just made up a stand one time. It's called Space Oddity.
it. Uh-huh.
Nice.
And it can open up tiny, like 1 centimeter portals into space.
I
So you
love
can either
that.
create like a super vacuum or put it into the sun and have like sunbeams shoot out of it.
Ooh,
I thought about this a lot. It's a good idea, right?
It is good.
I can imagine that being a cool JoJo stand.
Yeah, that sounds like, honestly, the sun part sounds like it would be a Wen
I
stand.
was gonna say, yeah.
Which, like,
Would it be like
sucks, but...
The Chaos Orb snatching evil boy stand.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
I think
love
the
that.
Wens are just, I feel like the Wens are just part 1 vampires. Like they just take your essence and your vampiric, they have stingy, Space Ripper stingy eyes.
They do have
Yeah.
Space Ripper stingy eyes. That is canon
Yeah, Wen
established.
Rohan has those beautiful garnet red eyes, so you know he's a vampire.
When
He's
you think
Dio.
about it, he
Yeah.
is Dio. Now that you mention it,
100.
There's a stand
100.
from a later part that lets you turn anything
Stop
into a
fucking
dinosaur.
spoiling things
Sorry.
for me.
Yes.
it's okay. I'll bleep it all out with funny flute
Can you
noises.
bleep out the spoiler that he already said that's already in
You
my
don't know
memory
whose
now?
stand it is, and you will absolutely forget about it. I'm sorry.
That wasn't the, whatever.
Like we said before, it's not about the knowledge of the plot point. It's about
It's about how you get there.
It's about the journey.
Mhm.
You're not gonna release the
Jordan,
episode
you've been
title
saying
of this.
spoilers to me for the past 15 fucking years of my life, and then justifying why it's okay that you did that.
Sam, can I spoil
had it up
something
to
for
here
you?
with you.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Wow.
I'm still mad about the time that you said the thing about the fucking moon base in Mass Effect. You said, hey Sam, you haven't played Mass Effect 3 yet, let me tell you this. Fucking, you didn't know that
I have no memory of what you're talking about.
Well, I do.
I don't remember anything that happened in Mass Effect 3, actually.
Wow.
As it happens. Oh, I was gonna say Wenju definitely his stand is just the hand. There's that. Anyway,
is there
his
any
stand
character
is
with a
red
really
right
good
hand.
stand who's too much of a dumbass to know how to use it?
probably Huaisong.
Yeah.
His stand is like he can use his fan to like blow away all of his problems.
Yeah.
But he only uses it to like blow away his depression or something.
Yeah. God,
Yeah,
I wish that were
that's
me.
not a fucking bad
That's
stand.
a
I
great
don't know
stand.
what
I'm
you're
just saying it has combat abilities that he is not utilizing.
Yeah, it has lethal power, but he just uses it to his own gain.
He just uses it on himself, and he's just like, man, I wish I wasn't so sad. And then he just uses it, and he's like, all right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
is
successful
great.
stand use. I don't know what you're talking
That
about.
is true. You're right.
That's definitely one very valid way to use that.
It's
kind
like,
of
I bet
stand.
This
Okuyasu
only cured
used-
my depression.
Like Okuyasu only uses the hand to like reach across the room and grab the remote or whatever,
Thereby curing
yeah.
his depression.
thereby curing his depression by turning on his favorite TV show.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is it
Modazushi.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Modazushi, definitely.
Yeah. He and Josuke do a funny podcast about it.
Yeah.
This is
Josuke, here's my correct take.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
That's questions. I guess we can just do cleanup now.
Yeah, let's
The fun-
clean it up just
Yeah,
just a touch.
Clean it up a little bit. So we have a Discord that you can come be on.
We'll put a link to it.
Yeah, we always do. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Noisepace.xyz for being our podcast network. And you can go there and listen to shows like Jurgen It, which our guests have.
Who's that? What? Who?
Yeah,
Who?
talk a little bit about Jurgen It, folks, since you're on here and you're in our podcast family.
We talk about a bad show that hasn't been on the air for like 8 years that no one
Yay.
watched, and then we describe it in
Yeah, I guess
an
it is
hour
8
and
years.
50-minute long episodes.
Now, you didn't say the name of the show, which is The Secret Life
Oh,
of
it's
the
the
American
Secret Life.
Teenager.
It's a funny bad teen show that usually is about like rich people, like rich old people dating, and not so much about the teens.
Yeah.
It is, in my opinion, the worst television show that has ever managed to be on TV for 5 seasons.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Like you say that nobody watched it, but I will say one thing. Every single member of my 6th grade class watched it.
Oh my god.
Except for
lots
me.
of people watched it, just no one finished it.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. It's like Glee.
The episode we last watched was an episode that lost them about 900,000 viewers in one episode.
950,000 viewers never returned from the episode
Never.
that we just podcasted about.
Was it that bad or that boring?
It was bad for all of the reason that we presume that people didn't like it is because the capital N nice guy character, well, he didn't smoke weed, but he stood up for some people who did.
He allegedly smokes weed. You wouldn't
He
know
pretended
it
to
from
smoke
anything that happens
weed.
in the episode.
And
Wow,
everyone who
absolute
watched
scandal.
it said, we're done with this show now.
I can't believe you would subject our children to that.
Unspeakable.
A weed smoking apologist. Wow. So it really is some riveting comedy if you want to relive the worst show that's ever been on air aside from Glee. I stand by that Glee is also the worst show that's
You
ever
know what?
aired.
I am at this point. I've watched, counting rewatches. I would say I've watched The Secret Life of the American Teenager approximately maybe 100, about 200 times now. And I watched one episode of Glee once. I wouldn't do it again.
Yep.
Glee to me gets the #1 spot because of musical reasons.
Yeah,
You know my
Yeah.
stance.
You have a profound bias against anything.
A profound and correct
I remember-
bias.
I was in both middle and high school choir.
Same.
And at least in middle school, at the end of the year concert every year was student request. We get to vote, and people
Mhm.
would pick all of my favorite songs and then put the words "by Glee" at the end of them.
By Glee.
It was literally
Yep.
like, well, Don't Stop Believing from Glee.
Jesus.
Me nodding, yes, from Glee.
That's
100% from
And
Glee.
yes, of course, 6th grade me loved 80s music so much.
Hey,
Oh
do
yeah,
you,
it
do
made
you,
you seem cool and different.
do you hear
Yeah.
do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What?
It's the monkey's paw curling in on itself. Anyway.
Ah!
So, but yeah, thank you for being on.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah.
It was a
having
pleasure
us.
having y'all.
Thanks for getting me into this wacky ride of a show. I can't wait to watch the episode 11 and smile and clap and laugh.
Yeah, you're
Smile
welcome.
freely.
It's a real fun ride.
Me
Yeah.
smiling serenely.
Yeah.
Whatever happens,
I
happens.
do want to finally fucking get to this because I need to see the sword skateboarding.
You
It's
really do.
fucking
The
awesome.
swordboarding comes in like episode 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fight a gigantic abyss spirit that's taken.
It's a water spout.
Yeah,
It's a water
the
spout.
Wens fuck things up for everyone else, and then Wen gets dragged inside by
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
by the water monster.
It's pretty hot.
It's
He
good.
gets dragged indoors.
All right,
No.
bye.
Oh.
Jesus.
Close the door on that one.
Yeah. Well,
Oof.
how about we do social media because we got to do that.
Let's do social media.
I'm Roy. You can find me on Twitter at Semperfunny or on my side Twitter about this same show at Yeeling Hypebeast.
I'm Phelan. You can
Phelan?
find me on the internet at Twitter at America's Burden.
You did
or
it.
at Twitter at Cool Purple Uncle.
Here you go. How about y'all, fellas?
You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Bradypusrex. That's BRADYPUSREX.
Yeah.
And you can find me on Twitter at Posy Stress. POSISTRESS.
And if
Got
you
it
want to
in one.
find our podcast, just go to secretlifepod.com because that's
Yeah.
way easier to spell than Jurgen it.
Uh-huh.
And then go on YouTube and search for Family Circus Readers Hate Family
Please.
Circus.
It's funnier than every episode of our podcast that we've done
It's
put
funnier
together.
than any episode of this
It's
podcast.
the funniest. It's one of the funniest things I've seen.
Oh, go
So
on.
good. Shucks.
Sam makes good
absolutely.
things. He's very funny when he reads angry old people mad at Family Circus.
Gonna have to agree with you on that one.
It's fucking awesome. It's so good, dude.
So, before we go, one last question for y'all two. If you had some cool weapons, what would they be and what would you name them?
Oh, shit.
Oh man, God.
I think, inspired by Kylo Ren's famous beloved lightsaber, I would have nunchucks, but with little nunchucks coming off the sides.
I have one. So
Oh,
I've
and
been
it
playing a
would
lot
be
of
called, Good Idea.
Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Okami lately, and
Mhm.
I've been really into the idea of a shield as a weapon.
Love
So I
that.
think
Yeah.
I'd have a shield that's like you fling around and block things with. Then it would be called "I am rubber, you are glue."
That's great.
Hell yes.
I love those. Very wholesome.
Well, thank you for being on. I think that's episode.
I think we can cut it. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm
It's good to
so
me.
That's good.
so glad we finally had some dudes
Yeah.
on this episode.
Some representation.
yeah.
Badly needed representation.
But yeah, extremely. Because we're the oppressive
It's actually a
lesbians.
show about boys if you think about it.
when you
So
really think about it.
We're balancing it out
Yeah.
because there's a total of 3 female characters
Yeah.
in the entire show. Which is
And they were all in
fine.
this episode.
they were all in this
Yeah.
episode,
Every
and one
single
of
one
them's
them.
character trait is like catty and has large bosom.
Yep.
You know she's a great character when she's got huge boat on honkaroos.
Yeah.
Huge badonka honkaroos.
Huge hongalonganonganongongus.
It's ratios. Anyway,
Oh god.
that's gonna do it, folks.
You know what we say at the end of every episode?
See you later, cultivators.
That one's
I mean,
good
close.
too.
Yeah, that one's good.
We also say the funny phrase of Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny.
Semper Bunny, folks.
Semper
Semper
Bunny.
Bunny.
Peace.
Peace.